Hello everyone. My name is Hanganing, but my easy name is Hannah. Today I will present my presentation for the week 2 blockchain basic and tool, and I decide to choose the topic blockchain property because I think blockchain is built on three important core three important property: immutability, transparency, and decentralization are what make this technology so unique. Without understanding this, according to Narayana it and Narayana 2016, it's possible to see why blockchain is different from traditional database or centralized system. Understand these three pillars will have us see why blockchain is trusted in finance, healthcare, and or like a data management. And for the first, um, what is blockchain? It's really simplest. Blockchain is a chain of blocks containing record transaction. Each block consists that data hash or previous hash, continuous hash, like node and or maybe like timestamp, cryptographic hash that link to the previous block is morphed into a shared, distributed, and unmodifiable record among multiple entities. There's aspects such as security layer, decentralization, and trust. What makes it special is that instead of single authority like a bank keeping the record, multiple participants or node validate and store the same ledger through the consensus protocols such as proof of work or proof of stake. This is why blockchain can exist without a just a third party. So we will come to the first core property is called immutable immutability. This means that like when the transaction is recorded on the blockchain, it's nearly impossible to change or delete. Uh, like why? Because like each blockchain container has to train the data, it means that train the entire chain. Um, if you try to alter one block, you would have to change the entire train, which could require enormous computing power. This immutability prevents fraud and increases trust. For example, you can see the Bitcoin ledger store uh, has kept every single transaction since 2009 intact without alteration. Yeah, and the second property is transparent. Blockchain is kind of like a public ledger that everyone can verify the transaction, everyone can access it. This means that like everyone can access it, everyone can verify it. This creates trust. We don't need to believe that what an institution say because the data is open to all. For example, if you go to the Etherscan IO, you can see all the Ethereum transaction. Like some government, like Estonia government use blockchain to create a transparent administrative system, but the challenge is too much transparency can affect privacy. Okay, and we go to but it's not the last, but also the important one is property decentralization. Is instead of one central server storing and controlling the data, thousands of independent computer or nodes around the world maintain the blockchain. This means there is no single point of a failure. If anyone like if one node go down, the other continue to maintain the system. It means no central data manager. It also prevent the censorship resistance, like no one can block a valid transaction. And I also give some real world example, like the Bitcoin network current has over 15,000 nodes globally. Like Ethereum use decentralization to run smart contract automatically, um, which yeah, you can see it. And for the last slide, we will come to the ethical and practical implication. Immutability protect record, but also make it very hard to correct mistakes or reverse fraudulent transfers. For the transparency, pro- like the benefit is build trust and prevent fraud, but it may conflict with privacy. It mean imagine all your financial transaction being visible to everyone. And the last one is decentralization. Ensure fairness and security, but it make the regulation and law enforcement more difficult since no single authority can step in. This means when applying blockchain, we must always balance innovation with ethical and practical constraint. Thank you to listen about my presentation today. Thank you so much.